On the last episode of RUR podcast, we encountered trap shenanigans, sad music, um, rap classics, and more. Now back for the thrilling conclusion.
It's time to play the game.
It's all about the game, and I can play it. It's all about your grind. If you can take it, it's all about your stand. If you can play it, it's all about playing. Who's gonna make it?
All right. God
God damn.
damn. We gotta do
All right.
this.
Time to play the game. We're gonna let Harley kick it off.
Hands down, this is without a doubt the best, in my opinion, the best album of '99. It's my favorite. It is the one and only Significant Other by Limp Bizkit, the goats of new
God
metal.
damn.
One of the most mainstream albums of all time. Dude, this album changed. It changed their lives forever. It changed music as a whole. Like it just, dude, it did so much.
Just God
Like,
damn.
dude, like open up. You know, they always have an intro on their albums, and then like it goes into Just Like This with motherfucking Sam Otto. Sam Otto? How about John Otto? You dumb bitch. Fucking Sam Rivers, the bass. Yeah, just combine them together, I reckon. Fucking John
Sam
Otto.
Otto.
Bro, John Otto just going fucking hard on the drums. Boom, bah, boom, ba-da-da-da-da. Like, open this shit up. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. It went hard. Like,
No, bro, this album's super good.
just like this. Down the mountain, down on the mountain. Because, like, this, you know, the first album I put on my 97 album, like, you know, it's like the first album was really raw, like them finding the way. This is when Limp Bizkit, they found, like, this is what, you know, Fred Durst and Borland, all the guys look back as like this was like their true first out. Like, this is what, you know,
They
when they
broke
finally
stuff.
got to do, yeah, like when they got to do everything their way, like they knew who they were and they just laid her down, dude. They just gave everything they had on this. And you can tell because, like I said, opening up with Just Like This and then going in with the infectious groove that they had. Like, to me, it's one of the best rhythm sections of all time. Like John Otto and Sam Rivers, you know, you can't go wrong. And Wes Borland, one of the most talented guitar players that most people know that. You know, even people that are like, I hate Limp Bizkit, but that Wes Borland's a motherfucking guitar god. Like he is,
People
man.
don't really hate Limp Bizkit, though.
Well, I mean,
No, they do, but they don't
okay, so
really hate
now
Limp
it's kind of
Bizkit.
like Nickelback now. It's like people
They are.
they've come around to them more now looking back. And it's like, but at the time, there was like, now they were extremely popular, but there was a lot of people, I guess they were just hating them because they were popular. You know, if I'd have
Yeah,
taken that.
basically. Like, looking back, that's definitely had to have been what it was, you know?
Because like a
I
lot
mean,
of people shit on them, like me growing up, like, you know, I never heard much, you know, good. Like everybody just talked shit about Limp Bizkit. And unfortunately, I didn't like discover, like get into them heavy until I was older. So, you know, felt like time wasted on me. But,
yeah, you could
dude,
have been bumping some fucking Limp Bizkit, dog.
oh yeah, dude. Because this shit was, well, now I always, like, people always say, like, I always was around, everybody's like, oh, they suck, blah, blah, blah. And like, I had some dudes like show me some Limp Biscuit when I was like 14, and they showed me the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water and the chocolate. No, hold up. Yeah. Goddamn, I forgot. How is it hot? Yeah, chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Yeah, it had to
That
have
was
been.
the
Like, I
first.
was like, this wouldn't be this unique if it
Yeah.
wasn't.
So I was like, I heard it. Like, I couldn't remember if it was chocolate starfish or hot dog first, but anyways. So, like, I remember hearing that was the first time, like, somebody showed me Limp Bizkit when I was 14, and, like, I was secretly listening to him. I was like, this shit's good, and then everybody's like, no, remember this shit sucked, blah, blah, like, shitting on him. I'm like, oh. But, you know,
Like,
the older
yeah,
I
but I
got, I
like
was like,
this.
yeah, like, and then the same way with Creed, everybody shit on him, but I was like, this shit's actually banging.
There you go. Brave.
So it was like, they're all in that same era. Like, they were just extremely popular, and people just like to shit on them, I guess. But bro, like Limp
Popular.
Bizkit's fucking awesome, man. Like I don't know what else to say about the band itself. Like some of the best
Did
musicians. I mean, it's just fucking
did it
bangers.
all for the monkey.
Yeah, like that's the next fucking song. Like you go like open up with the intro. You open up with Just Like This and go into Nookie, which is their first song that like just broke them into like put them on a whole another playing field, man. Like
It was all for the
like
monkey.
Nookie is one of the best, dude. That song, you turn that on
The
at any,
monkey.
yeah, like you turn it on at any time and everybody knows it. Like boom, boom,
Oh
boom,
yeah.
boom, 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 boom. Like it just fucking slaps. And then you go like right after that, like you hear at the end of the song, it's like at the end of the song it goes into like they're talking in the recording studio, and like Wes just starts smashing bottles against the wall, and they're laughing and shit, and then it's just like wow now. It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. Everybody. Hold up. God damn it! I forgot.
Everybody
Hold up.
sucks. Everything is fucked.
Yeah, everybody sucks. Everything is fucked. Yeah, almost got tongue twisted, but
You don't really know
yeah,
why, but you want to justify ripping
rip it.
someone's
Ripping
head off.
someone's head off.
You're on contact. Your life is on contract. Best bet is to stay away from me, motherfucker. It's
Motherfucker.
just one of those days. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. But like, dude, get you fucking hyped, dude.
Classics.
Like one of
Fucking
the
classic.
best, one of the best hype songs of all time. Just a fucking, another.
Shout out to LimeWire, bro. I was downloading this bitch on discs when I was like in the third grade and fucked up. We
Oh
fucked
yeah.
up our computer.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, and then it would come back like I don't know. Like them
Man, it was
LimeWire
that
days or
shit.
something serious. It'd be like
And I mean,
break
no, like
stuff 33 XXPQ like, and then it'd be like some fucking, it'd be like some fucking Middle Eastern or Indian dude singing the song. You're like, God damn, what the fuck is it? Like,
oh
I
god,
remember
dude,
having
it'd be
that.
like
Like
that.
that shit happened to my sister one time downloading. So I was like, what the
Fucking
fuck? What the
dude,
fuck?
everybody was in this
Bro,
music
I
video.
feel
Fucking
that.
Snoop
That happens
Dogg,
when
Jonathan Davis from Korn, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Ann Haley, Pauly Shore, the model Lily Aldridge, fucking Riley Hawk, who's Tony Hawk's son. Like everybody and their mom was in this music video.
for
Oh yeah,
real.
yeah.
Yeah.
Break stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta watch that music video. That was an impressive. I didn't know where the fuck you were going with that.
yeah. They were all in the break stuff. Like it's awesome. And then like then you go into like the first track that's slow, and it was a single. It was a hit for him. Like probably the most. It's like the most slept on hit, I guess, or maybe forgotten hit you could say. But Rearrange, which is my Uncle Kenneth's favorite, dude, it is such a good song. Like I mean, it's a slow song. I mean, but the vibes are fucking top notch on there.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
love that. It's a good like the songwriting is really good, and like people, I don't know, some people shit on Fred Durst. Like he's actually a pretty good singer.
no,
You
he's not a
know,
bad singer at all.
like he can actually sing pretty damn good. He just
He can rap okay.
yeah. Which is crazy. Like most people know, like they're just like, oh, he just fucking raps and shit. And then like he tries to sing, no, he can actually fucking sing, dude. Like,
Yeah, I would wager that he's a better singer than he's like a rapper.
oh yeah,
I'd
which
agree
is
with you.
which is wild because he is like more people think of him rapping than they do singing. So
Damn, unpopular opinion coming through. Fred Durst invented melodic rap.
that's right.
All right,
That's right. You're not wrong, brother.
I'll say his episode in White Rapper history.
But so this is when it starts getting hard. Like when you get like after rearranged, and then it goes into a little song called "I'm Broke," brother. That shit. Boom, like
hmm
fuck. It's like get your damn. I can hear these lyrics. I can't even quote this shit right now. Damn. But fucking dude, like I'm broke. Oh my god, what a jam.
What a bop.
It's just like at the end of it, most people don't know, but it's actually it's Les Claypool from Primus. He was the one that left the voice message on on like he left the voicemail like on the answering machine, and Fred Durst was like talking to him. He's like, hey, you. He's like, he's like, you owe me some money. He's like, the next time I see you, it's gonna be one right in your face, I'm talking about right in your face. He's like, you don't want none of this. It's like, it's Les Claypool. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, just being goofy. And I don't know. I think it's funny.
Mm.
It's a little niche part in the damn album that like you find in it. I don't know. It's cool as fuck. Of course, like at this time, like Fred Durst, like Trevor taught, he produced one of the songs on the Promises album, and they were all good friends and stuff, and like
Everybody
yeah,
was friends in 1999 too. Eminem was up in there with them. Like they were all
oh yeah,
they were
like
all kicking it.
and that's a cool part. And then it goes into talking about another one of their friends, Jonathan Davis from Korn. He is on the next song, "Nobody Like You," which is pound for pound. You could argue it's probably their heaviest song. I mean, it is a fucking ass beater, dude. Like I know Trevor really
Mhm.
likes this song a lot.
That's my favorite off the album, I would say.
I mean, I can't argue with I couldn't. If you said that, like I couldn't argue with you. I mean, it's fucking awesome. Like nobody like the whole, and like this. I don't know, man. Like the songwriting with this on this album was really like it picked up a lot from that first, and like it really took off to where like it kept getting better. Because like I think that's an underrated thing with Limp Bizkit is the songs themselves. Like most people will think about their hits and be like, oh, there ain't much shit thinking, like about Nookie or break stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, shit like you get into the album, man, it's like, dude, like they were writing some cool shit, like saying some good messages with the stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
No, like it was a very thorough album, which I was not expecting.
yeah, it is. Like, I mean, that's what like caught me the first time I listened to it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I wasn't ready for that. But
Classic.
yeah, like nobody like you, and it goes into oh man, another one of the slower song, like a don't go off wondering, man, what a damn, and it's a good break in the album, like because you got them, three hard hitting song or two hard hitting songs. I'm broken, nobody like you, and they're like I said, arguably like two of the heaviest songs they've written, and then it's like it goes to go don't go off wondering, and kind of pulls it back in a little bit, and then oh man, probably this might be my favorite. Might be my favorite off here is 1999. Dude, what a fucking song. Like 1999, so fucking heavy. Just a good. I mean, the
I mean,
song,
it was
right?
a
Like, it's
fucking
just.
good year, man. The world was ending. Like everybody was making the best music.
Yeah, everybody thought the world was ending. Like, Limp Bizkit's like, we're going to fucking go out on top, I guess.
When Biscuit
Like,
decided they're about to do the damn thing, and they
1999. Like, just fucking hard. Like, this is the classic Limp Bit. Like for people wanting to get into Limp Bizkit, this is the best song, probably the best album to start with. Honestly, just because like how solid it is all the way through. Like,
it's got all the hits on it, and it's also got enough to show what they would be about their entire career.
oh yeah,
This is a premium Limp Biscuit, bro. This is you know it's 2000. You put on your fucking 7XL shirt and you fucking put on your DCs and you head out, bro. And then you put this bitch on your CD player and you walk to the bus
Hey,
stop.
don't forget your Jankos, brother.
Yeah, grab your Game Boy Color.
Oh yeah, bro. That's with a pack of AA batteries because they're gonna go down in about 2 hours after the Pokemon.
Well, you
Um,
always keep two packs of Duracell, batteries on your AA
oh yeah.
because batteries are something you're gonna need the rest of your life. So you better get used to carrying them.
Jesus.
But yeah, the damn like then it goes into "In Together Now," which is I mean
I
certified
would say
hood classic.
probably their most straightforward fucking rap song they've ever done.
Oh yeah,
Shout out DJ Premier for the beat on it.
and
And obviously the Method Man fucking
Yeah,
feature just fucking
yeah.
chef's
Method
Dude,
Man
kiss.
was on In Together now.
I've been waiting to talk about this part, but
Talk about it.
I did not
I
know
love it.
Limp
Like,
Bizkit and Method Man had a song together.
And it's fucking good.
It's a
oh yeah,
damn good
I thought
song.
you knew. Hell, I would have told you earlier, dude. Like, yeah, Method Man, like his how they incorporated him on that song is fucking truly out of this world. Like Method Man, which he's a damn good rapper in his own right, and like and a good musician, and like I don't know, I love this feature with him on there.
Yeah, some of Method Man's best, most well known, times are featured too. I mean, he's in Wu Tang, so it's like he's kind of his life is a feature.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, no, it came in really good. It's the type of Method Man I like. Um, I can't. What's the name of the song again?
In together
In
now.
together now.
In Together. Yeah,
Together now.
that's definitely my favorite.
Can't argue
Um,
with it.
and Fred Durst, he holds his own on that third verse. Like, like okay,
Oh yeah, yeah. Like that's the thing about Fred on that album. Like on that song is like he's with Method Man, who is, I mean,
stamp.
yeah, like
Yeah,
Method
legend.
Man he's a fucking dude, man,
Yeah, he's
and
one of them dudes. One of them
he held
ones.
his own. Like he truly did. He held his own on that,
Yeah, absolutely.
and
Um,
but then it goes and see. I said 1999 is my favorite, dude. It gets better on the as it goes down because like Trust. Oh, god damn, that's one of my favorite Limp Bizkit. That and No Sex, like back to back, like No Sex might be. It might damn that might be my favorite, man. Like I love No Sex on this dude. That song is just so good. Like you, like yeah, obviously it's talking about like him and a woman or like in a relationship, and
mm,
he's like, I gotta stop, like, because we're just hooking up. Like I gotta stop sleeping with her so I can stop thinking with my dick, essentially. And because I mean, obviously we've all, the three
we've
of
all been
us,
thinking with
we're
our
like,
dicks sometimes.
oh yeah, like when we were younger, like in our late teens, early 20s, we were all thinking with our wee wees. So like,
I'm just thinking with my. Shouts out Kevin
I'm
Gates.
I'm just thinking with my wee wee. that shit, that shit's hard as fuck, brother. I gotta crank it.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I mean, I'm saying, fucking Kevin Gates, bro. Yeah, fucking
Oh,
Kevin
you want
Gates.
me to do? I can do a good impression of that. You ready? I'm just
Oh,
thinking with my dick. That shit dumb.
that shit, don't. Yeah. Anyways,
But yeah, yeah, Trust, No Sex, like those are back to back. This might be my favorite three-run song on the album is Trust, No Sex, and Show Me What You Got. Show Me What You Got is like I talked about on the last album, Indigo Flow, which he's kind of talking about like what's right in front of him. Like Fred's just rapping about what's in front, like the life that
done
is
that
he's
before.
experiencing at the moment. Is like Show Me What You Got. He's like talking about like going like touring all over the country and shit, and like meeting all these different people and just talking about his experiences and talking about his friends. Like it's cool. Like the one line that always stuck out to me was like, I met a child. He's like? I met a. God damn, it's kind of weird, but he's like, I met a child molester in Worcester. Ugh. And then he's like, I met
Damn.
a. He's like, I met a chick down in Phoenix. I don't know. It's like he's like talking about all the cities, but it's
Yeah.
like it's wild.
Yeah.
It's
Like
like
I've been a child molester in Worcester. It's pretty fucking crazy.
it's like what the fuck?
Well, I mean, a fucking what's his face was still alive. That goddamn dude from England that was like the talk show host. I mean, he may have met him. Fuck, that may have been who he was talking about.
I
It
don't
was
Fuck,
that
know.
fucking Jimmy. Fuck, what was his name?
Oh yeah,
Um, y'all know who I'm talking about.
yeah.
I
He
just
was the
can't.
one. He was in cahoots with the dude that was
That
Gary
wrote the
Glitter. He was in
hey, hey.
yeah.
Yeah,
He was
that
in
those
cahoots with
fuckers were
that Gary
those
Glitter
dudes
dude.
were fucking child molesters.
Hold
They
up, y'all
fucking
ready?
Uh,
Jimmy
Hold up, y'all.
Seville. Jimmy
Hey,
Seville's his name.
hold up. We're gonna get a feature of Brett on the podcast real quick. Let's see. Y'all ready?
We're about to get canceled.
Hey
yeah.
man,
That's why we're getting.
who was that damn? Who was that dude on the? on that was in cahoots with Gary Glitter, that talk show host. What's his? You know they got in trouble for all that damn pedophilia stuff.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't remember.
Damn.
Damn. What was it?
Well,
Was
whoever it is,
Jimmy?
fuck them, bro.
It's Jimmy Seville.
Is that who it
Jimmy
is?
Seville. Okay. I know that name.
Is that who it is, Dad?
That sounds
Sounds
probably
about-
some British dude. Well, those ones that did that pedophilia shit.
Yeah. That's there's some Brett people.
Did Andrew Luck really get signed by the Dolphins? Is that a real thing?
Huh?
Did Andrew Luck really get signed by the Dolphins? Is that a real thing?
He's retired.
No. I mean, I knew he was retired, but I mean, I was like, damn, this has to be fake news.
That
Right.
has to be fake news. Gosh
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
Shit,
he's
boy.
35 years old now too. He ain't gonna come back at this
No.
age. That'd be crazy, but you know.
So, yeah, like show me what you got is awesome. And then a lesson learned, outro, and then the hidden like there was a rant. It was a rant by Matt Penfield, and he's like, "This fuck." I don't know if y'all heard the rant by Matt Penfield, but it was funny as hell. He's like, Limp Bizkit fucking sucks. He's like, I wouldn't piss on their CDs if they were on fire, burning down a family or something. I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, it's
Damn.
fucking crazy.
For
Bro,
like
burning
for
down
real,
a band
dude? Is
in
it that
church, I don't know.
serious?
That shit's
Yeah.
crazy as fuck. He's like, I wouldn't do it to save somebody. I'm like, Jesus, hell. Like, he just shit on
Damn.
Limp Bizkit for like a minute and a half.
I mean, that, like as one should.
So,
You know.
yeah, it was, yeah, it's funny, dude. But overall, you know, I hope you two guys have I hope y'all had a fun time experiencing this album, listening to it, because it's one of my favorite albums. Like, it could pound for pound go, you know, top 10, top 15, like definitely top 10 of my albums, like of all time. Like
Damn good.
I have a lot of, I think very highly of this album. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's not close. It's not a debate. It really does not like, and I guess you can tell like how our album reviews are going. Like my best way, like the albums I pick, the albums to me like have to be solid all the way through. Like they don't have they don't lose your interest. You know, like you don't zone out listening to it. They have to be like full in effect. Like this album has everything you need, and like one album should to like keep you going and like just I don't know. I love it. It just and plus it got me through some dark times, and which is kind of odd, I guess, with Limp Bizkit, but it did
Shit will
help me.
get you through the day.
It got me through some deep, like some dark time. Really during the COVID, during the pandemic.
Pandemic.
It got me. You know, there was some time. You know, there was some dark days in there, and
Yeah, the world was ending.
yeah, like I just hell, all I had was me and Limp Bizkit, and
Yeah, me and Fred.
They saved my life, brother. So yeah, this
Hell
album means a lot to me. So that's why I'm out with it. You know, easy 10 out of 10. What's your guys' review or what's your guys' scores on it? And we'll kick it to Trevor's next one.
Kenny, you go ahead and first.
Like I give this album a 9. I can't really say more that you haven't already said. Like it's this is quintessential fucking like rap rock fucking before Lincoln. This is that shit, you know. So if that's like, I mean, it was a short-lived life, but in my opinion, this shit was kind of born. I guess it was technically born with Run DMC and Aerosmith, but it was really born with fucking Fred Durst and like Limp Bizkit. And like, I just read something on Wikipedia that said, you know, like that they just came up with the name because they wanted something that sounded like fucked up and annoying that was repulsive. So I fucks with that because a lot of people talk shit about Limp Bizkit. I know I have. I mean, same thing with Nickelback. I've talked mad shit about Nickelback. I retract that statement because like this is a complete album, man. There's not many people like It's got it's just one. We already did this already once in this breakdown. But I mean, we can do it again. We can do it again. I've been doing this shit since I was a kid. I remember being like young as fuck. I like giving my mom's computer aids because you know like I wanted to listen to this Limp Bizkit album or I need to make a playlist or some shit. Um, I give it a 9, man. It's a good complete work. There's highs and lows, but I mean the highs are extremely high.
Yeah.
So my
And the
favorite song.
lows are like mid at best, at worst.
Yeah, no,
Like
yeah. This is champion music.
it is.
Like when you just named all the people, who all the fucking people y'all mentioned that you don't have to mention it again. Everybody was in the music video for Break Stuff.
Yeah, no, like everybody and their mom was in that music video. I
Oh god.
personally like Kenny said, I mean, there's not really much you can add to like what Harley's already said about this album. And my personal favorite song is probably either Nobody Like You, Don't Go Off Wondering, or In Together Now. And but really there's not a bad song on the album. Personally, I'd have to give it a solid 9 out of 10 myself. The guitar work from Wes Borland is just fucking like peak creativity as far as like what he was doing in that genre. I can't think of many other guitarists that had that like specific creativity when it came to like making his guitar sound like something that was not a fucking guitar but still played the same role as a guitar. And that's why I feel like Wes Borland as a whole is one of the most slept on instrumentalists of all time, no matter what the instrument is. And Fred Durst, I will have to agree with what Kenny said earlier. I feel like he's a better singer than he is a rapper, but that does not mean I feel like he's a bad rapper. I feel like there's better rappers, but like he's not. I don't think he's bad by any means. I feel like people give him a hard time just because of how he was as a person back in the day. And the older he's gotten, the more like in touch with like, how like goofy that music might come off to people will come off. But this album like speaks for itself front to bottom. And with all like, especially with like an actual straightforward rap song, fucking produced by DJ Premier, one of the best producers of all time, and Method Man, who's one of the best rappers, especially feature rappers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like to actually go out there and make a legit rap song like that you could play anywhere and people would be
Produced by
like,
DJ Premier.
yeah, like I mean, fucking perfect,
Wow. Wow. Like,
like
yeah, I was blown away by that when I listened to this album. I was like, what the fuck? All right.
yeah, no,
It's
this
just
this
one of
whole
those days.
shit's just like great album front to back. Um,
Agreed.
we're going into my favorite rap album of 1999, and honestly, if I had to break it down, it could be one of my top 5 favorite rap albums of all time. And we already talked about him on the last episode. Of course, I'm talking about Operation Doomsday from MF Doom. This was his first album as MF Doom. And some people that don't know, he was originally in a rap group with his brother, DJ Subrock, as well as a friend of theirs. What happened, to keep it brief, is they were walking across a road in New York City, and DJ Subrock was tragically hit by a vehicle and he passed away. And I don't even think, like, he was way younger than that. Yeah, he was 19 years old, crossing the 878 in Nassau County, New York. And immediately after that, KMD, the rap group they were in together, wound up getting dropped from their label, and Daniel Dumoulin wound up pretty much going missing for like a whole 6 years. Just being in and out
Damn.
of jail and sleeping on park benches, and then eventually he wound up starting coming into his own. He found this Doctor Doom mask from Marvel Comics, and he just wore it, and I mean the rest is history. And a lot of people, I will not disagree if you think this is their best album. If this is his best album, I mean, I can't say I disagree, but I will say, I mean, I do feel like there is better music like down the road just a little bit, and I feel like Doom is in his bag best when he's collaborating with people. But we will get into that, especially the 2004 episode. We're gonna have a hard time getting me to shut the hell up about it. But it starts off immediately with something that we will come to know as one of Doom's signature things, is taking old clips of like all these like comic book TV shows from the 60s and 70s, and like basically sampling all these conversations that these characters are having on the cartoons, and then just putting them as like, skits or intros, and it plays really well into the album. And then it goes into one of the most beautiful rap songs ever made with Doomsday, which is damn near autobiographical,
Autobiographical.
to a sense. Sorry, it's a hard word to say, but it's like pretty much like Doom said in an interview with Double XL. He said that's a while ago, so I'm trying to remember what inspired it. It's really just normally what I'd be talking about. I kind of do bragging rap. I do the kind of hip hop where the MC is more pointing out things and accentuating certain things that have been forgotten at some age. So I'm really just explaining hip hop rules about rhyming, typical shit that you would normally do or don't do. That's basically it. Regarding the lyrics itself, like ever since the womb till I'm back where my brother went, that's what my tomb will say. Right above my government, Dumale, which is his last name. And he starts talking about, like, I wrote this one in BC's DCO section. If you don't believe me, go get bagged and checked then. Cell number 17 up under the top bunk. I don't say this to be mean, wish bad luck, a pop junk. And he's basically saying is like, he's writing a lot of the shit he did as Doom, like when he was in prison. And that I feel like that's definitely like, very important lore as far as like who he was as a rapper. And another thing, all tracks were written and produced by him, like MF Doom himself. And, that is something also that winds up becoming a staple feature of his, is just him making his own beats. Right after Doomsday, it goes into Rhymes Like Dimes, which is just a very fun, upbeat song featuring DJ Cucumber Slice. And like it's just a very fun kind of like, like party rap would be the best way I know how to describe it. It's like something you'd be hearing at like a party in like 99 or
It's
something
a
like that,
bop.
2000. It's a fucking bop, and it's just a fun time. Hey, yo, y'all can't stand right here. Just
Bro,
fucking
I definitely
immediately
go to a
start.
house party with that type of shit playing in fucking 1999.
Yeah, no, that shit is bumping. Right after that,
Fucking
it goes into The Finest featuring Tommy Gunn, another 4 minute banger, and absolute like, like once you start like getting into the deeper, like past the first three songs, I guess technically two since the first part's a skit. The Finest is definitely like when it starts getting into like these deep tracks, and it's it's very interesting. Like when you think about how many people were directly influenced by MF Doom, like Mos Def is a massive MF Doom stan. There's a very
mhm.
famous video of him just like, reciting all these lyrics off of Food. But again, once we get to 2004, y'all won't get me to shut up about it.
All
Um,
good.
right after that, it goes into Back in the Days, which is another skit. This one also another very comic book inspired skit. It's only 46 seconds long, and that is the end of side 0 of the album. And then it goes into side 1 with Go With The Flow, which is just him by himself doing his damn thing, kicking ass and taking names as he usually did. And right after that, it goes into what I would say is probably the weirdest song on the album, Tick Tick with MF Grimm. And this song is interesting because the beat per minute changes actively throughout the song. So it'll like go from like boom boom ba-dum, boom 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 ba-dum, boom 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 ba-dum, boom boom boom. It's almost like a train, like chugging along a
Oh,
track, and
I
like
got
the
that.
way they
Yeah.
did it is definitely hard to digest if you're not expecting it. But like, it goes from like, kind of medium paced rap song all the way to real slow, and then it speeds up, and then it goes back to that middle, and then it slows down. It's very interesting, and it's like almost like an exercise in rapping and rhyming on rhythm, and they
Yeah.
knock it out of the fucking park. Right after that, it goes into Red and Gold, and the track listing says featuring King Ghidra, which is King Ghidra is just MF Doom himself, just rapping under like an alternate ego, which he had several. And King Ghidra, respectfully, is probably my least favorite of his alternate egos, but like it's still like Red and Gold is still a fantastic fucking song. The production is chef's kiss all the way throughout the album, but Red and Gold itself is just fucking beautifully made. The Hands of Doom is yet another skit, which leads into Who You Think I Am, featuring X-Ray, Rodan, Megalon, KD, King Ghidra, which is MF Doom, and Kong. And if you're wondering why all of those rappers' names sound like monster names, there is a reason for that. They are all part of the Monster Island kind of rap collective that is featured all over King Ghidra's album, Take Me to Your Leader. And again, once we get to 2002, 2003, I'll talk about that album as well. Um, Fantastic song, very cypher style, very cypher feel to it. It sounds just like a bunch of friends getting in the booth together and just making something. And that
Yeah.
is the end of side one. And then it goes into side two, which is the second to last side, which this one has the most skits. Starts with Doom, Are You Awake? And it's a very fun skit. Again, like, the skits are very, like, pretty much just pulled directly from all these old cartoons. And, like, they'll edit it and chop it up a little bit to make it sound more like in character with something that, like, this character that MF Doom is painting himself as. And then it goes into one of my personal favorite songs on the album, Hey, which is just hey with a exclamation point at the end of it, and just an absolute banger of a song. On the tribute track that Aesop Rock and Homeboy Sandman did when MF Doom's passing was released, he wound up saying that this was the song that really got him into MF Doom. So if you're wanting to, like, directly, like, kind of relate with Aesop Rock, I would check out Hey. Right after that, it has the second Megalon feature on the album, Operation Greenbacks, which is just, about all sorts of things that are green. Um, I'll let your imagination fill that in. Right after that, it goes into what I would say is one of the weirder songs on the album, "The Mic." Um, the song comes off as it's a love song, but directed at a microphone. And being a rapper,
Hmm.
it's funny, but, like, it's, like, there's some things on there, it being 99, like, lyrically, like, a lot of these rap albums in 99, they didn't age the best, as far
No,
as
they
Year of
really
Our
didn't.
Lord
Yeah.
2024 goes. But this song is, like, in context of it being pretty much a love song towards hip-hop itself and the microphone, like, it's a very fun, very brilliantly made song. And again, the
That's my
production
favorite.
is just goddamn beautiful.
That's my
um
favorite.
yeah. Then it goes into another skit. This album's full of skits, but The Mystery of Doom, which is the shortest skit on the album at 24 seconds long, but probably, I feel like, the most quote unquote lore packed as far as, like, explaining him as a character. Right after that, it goes into side three, which only has 4 songs compared to side 0, 1, and 2, all having 5 apiece. And this one starts off with Dead Bent, which is one of my favorite songs on the album. And then it goes into my favorite song on the album, Gas Draws, which, fun fact, if you ever want to buy any of MF Doom's merch, the website is called gasdraws.com. So it's just an absolute banger of a track. I mean, he really, like, if you like, I feel like this is one of those songs that's like, if you want to experience MF Doom as a whole and what he's about, Gas Draws is a great introduction track to that. Um, and then the third track, which is just a question mark, featuring Curious, is one of the shorter songs on the album as far as actually being just straight up rap from him. And absolute banger of a track. Curious absolutely holds his own as far as doing what he needs to do on it. And Hero versus Villain, which is the epilogue, it's the last track on the album featuring E. Mason. It is a beautiful way to end the album, and I feel like one of one of the more solid pieces on the album, even though it's less than 3 minutes long. It's just,
Like it's right.
very, like, very, I mean, it's like, again, the skits all over the album. Some of the skits bleed into the songs, and, like, in Hero versus Villains case, I mean, the intro itself is, like, pulling all these, like, sampled dialogue lines from all these old cartoons, namely old Fantastic Four cartoons. Of course, that's what his whole character is halfway based off of. And MF Doom doesn't even rap on this song. It's E Mason the whole time. And all that after, then the outro itself, pretty much is like, so fuck you, fuck the newspaper, fuck all that shit, I'm leaving. And like like he
Mhm.
goes into it, and
Fuck everybody,
like,
I'm out. The album.
yeah, he's like, so yeah, fuck you. And he just does his thing on it. And it is a bit of a lengthy album at 19 songs long, but I feel like what he accomplished in this album is something that not a lot of rappers can say they have accomplished, and that is that he pretty much changed the direction of what underground hip hop was and is to this day. And for that, it's a 10. Like, to me, this is like one of the easiest 10s I can give. It's one of the best hip hop albums ever made. It's just a beautifully put together album. The features all over it. Nobody misses on a feature. Tick Tick again is just insane when it comes to like the actual art and almost sport, if you can call it that, of hip
Oh,
hop.
it's a sport.
Just, yeah, like and on this song he definitely shows that. My favorite song, like I said, is Gas Draws. Between that or the two singles, Doomsday and Rhymes Like Dimes, I mean, truthfully, there's not a bad song on the album. Even the skits are like, they'll pull you in. And yeah, it's a 10 out of 10, like top to bottom.
I feel that. Um, for me, I'm gonna give it a 9.25 with potential to be a 10 one day, just because this is the first time I've heard this album all the way through before. Or wait, the first I've heard it a couple of times, but throughout my life, or through since I've like known you, and I've listened to it and I like it. I like MF Doom. I would definitely respect MF Doom. Long live MF Doom. He is a pioneer of lo-fi. I always call it lofi. You know.
Lofi.
Yeah. So without New Job Blaze, but New Job Blaze was on the other. He was on different continents. So
Mm.
MF Doom really popularized. Like you wouldn't have Earl Sweatshirt without MF Doom. You wouldn't have
You
probably
wouldn't
Tyler
have
without.
that entire Odd Future. Like, Odd Future is damn near directly inspired by like MF Doom as a whole.
Absolutely. So it's like it's something. If you respect the craft, and if you're into this type of rap, I'm sure you probably respect the craft. Um,
Oh yeah.
like it's necessary for listening, and like I can't believe it took me 15 years to listen to it all the way through. I think my favorite track is the mic, just because it's a love letter to a mic, and it's I don't know. I've been really on some like simplicity is the key type shit lately with my mentality, or trying to get to that, because I always overcomplicate things. So then I feel like MF Doom maybe might have had the same issue that I have.
Yeah.
Um, so I appreciate that. Like, even though it's still extremely intricate, like it's a simple. It's just it. I appreciate it. I don't know. The mic is my favorite song, and then a close second would be Doomsday, or it Rhymes Like Dimes is freaking fire. I actually like Red and Gold. I did not know that was him.
Yeah, no, he has multiple personas, so to speak.
Personas.
He's actually released multiple albums like under different names, like Vaudeville Villain, which is 2003, one of my favorite albums he ever put out. He was rapping under, if you know anything about Marvel Comics, Doctor Doom's name is Victor Vaughn, and he raps as Victor Vaughn, which
Oh
is
yeah,
pretty much, yeah, like pretty much a younger version of himself is how he's doing it. So it's like when he wants to rap on his like, yeah, I'm better than you type shit, he's Victor
yeah.
Vaughn. And then when he's just like in this massive, fantastical world of just rapping about whatever the fuck he wants to rap about, that's King Ghidra, where he's a
Oh, yeah.
lyrical monster is the idea.
So, like my favorite. I remember you sent me like this song called "Lick Upon" or whatever a
Lick
few years
upon it,
back.
yeah, that's from Victor Vaughn. That's from Vaudeville Villain.
So that's my favorite MF Doom song as of now.
Yeah.
Still. Um, but hell yeah, yeah, 9.9 and a quarter. Platform 9 3/4. You know what I'm saying? But just 1/4.
Just one.
Until
I
our
would
folks is spelling honest.
I'm like you, Kenny. I'd have to give it a 9 and a quarter. Like, well, yeah, fuck it. So I'll give it a 9. I guess be a little different. I don't know. It's not my. I mean, I love MF Doom. Um, Obviously, Trevor got me into him some years ago, and like now, I mean, this is what a hell of a way to start your new career. Like going by MF Doom, like to start
Mhm.
this new career that he had ventured out on, and it was like, dude,
I'm a hit harder than Kanye.
it's so phenomenal. This album is just like everything, the storytelling, songwriting, everything is just so fucking good, man. Like MF Doom is that guy, and there's only one thing. Look, okay, I'll pick a song like like Hey, I like that. I mean, that's a damn good one. Um, I don't know, like I'm like you can like rhymes like dimes is fucking gas. Um,
Mhm.
that's that's one of my favorites. Go with the flow.
Jake,
I
you
like
send us
that one.
play.
Like I mean, dude, like yeah, like red and gold. Like King Ghidra, like the persona, dude. Like it's hard to beat. Like all these songs are hard to beat, honestly, to me.
It'll hold its own with any of the classics. I feel like.
And like the one thing, and like it ends good, like Trevor said, with hero versus villain. Like I don't know, man. I guess I'll go rhymes like dime right now. Like it could change at any moment, but like yeah, just going back and listening to it, and it's definitely something I'll have to go back and listen to some more. Like I want to go, like I just want to listen to it again. Like it's just like that's what MF Doom does to you.
Is
It's like
it, he's
once
a
you,
thinking man's rapper. He created the thinking man. Well, not
yeah,
created. It goes like Nas. It goes like Rakim, Nas, MF Doom to me.
yeah. And here's the
Um,
thing. I'll say this, and it's like y'all talking about grandfathered in, whatever, great grandfathered in. There's only one thing I can say about MF Doom before we get off of it, and that is he is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, and that's the end
hey,
of the
hey.
story.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
And that's the end of the story.
Well, Sympho's my favorite rapper, and like if that's Sympho's favorite rapper, or second
Yeah,
favorite rapper, then
and
I guess that's how that works.
that's
Well,
Kenny's
my
my
favorite
favorite
rapper
rapper.
is Aesop Rock, and his favorite rapper is MF Doom. So I mean, it always goes back to MF Doom.
Yeah.
Like,
So like
But it goes back to Nas.
my favorite rapper is that Kenny, and his favorite rapper is Simpo, and then his favorite rapper is Aesop Rock.
Who his favorite rapper is MF Doom. Who his favorite rapper is Nas, probably. Bam, we
I
there.
think MF Doom, if I'm not mistaken, MF Doom's favorite rapper, I feel like it's fucking Rakim, but
Really? I mean, that's also an acceptable answer.
I'm not 100% sure though. Cool Keith, Ghostface, Raekwon, Sean Price, of all people. So pretty much people that actually came after him. EPMD was also a massive influence on.
ABMD. I can hear
Yeah,
that. Yeah, I could see that. All right, fine. MF Doom hating on Nas. It's all good.
but but
A lot of people that hate on
Rakim,
Nas.
Big Daddy Kane. Just think of pretty much any rapper from like New York in the late '80s, early '90s.
KRS-One.
Is probably MF Doom's favorite rapper. Of course,
A
he
lot of
passed away
KRS-One.
now, so we can't ask him ourselves.
Oh, so after that, I guess we'll get to Kenny's number one, and then we'll shout a few honorable mentions, and we'll bounce.
All right, it's my turn.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
do it up.
David Brown of Entertainment Weekly described this album as unapologetic outrageousness as a reaction to the soul positivity offered by conscious hip hop, noting that the Slim Shady LP marks the return of irreverent and wise ass attitudes to the genre, heard throughout the album in its non-stop barrage of crudely funny rhymes. Even pop fans deaded to the graphic lyrics are likely to flinch. Man, this album it changed things, man. It came through and it fucked some shit up. Of course, I'm talking about the official debut LP by Marshall Mathers, the third, I believe. I think it was the third. Marshall Bruce Mathers, the third. If we're gonna do it, might as well do it the whole way. This is Slim Shady LP, man. Produced by Dr. Dre. on Aftermath Entertainment. It if I could give this, like, what would Trevor say when he's talking about Rage Against the Machine? If I give this a 15 out of 10, I would. It it's a Slim Shady fucking LP, man. The first, after the public service announcement, Slim Shady doesn't give a fuck and he will kill you. Let y'all know that right quick. Uh, we go straight into My Name Is, which is, if you pull somebody off the street, I bet if you go outside anywhere in the world where there's people and you pull five people aside, three of them are going to know what you're talking about. If you just quote something from the song, like, "Hi kids, do you like violence? Want to see me stick 9-inch nails through each one of my eyelids?" You know,
And what's funny
um,
is like on the clean version, he's like, "Hi kids, do you like Primus?" Like,
hell yeah. For real?
Yeah.
yeah,
You didn't know that?
No bullshit?
Yeah.
yeah, no bullshit, dude. The clean version of Eminem songs is always like completely different lyrics. There's like one part, like the "My Name Is" actually a very very good example of that. Because if I
Yeah,
just
no, I
pull
mean, like,
these lyrics up to like
but,
fucking
but he said, "Do you like Primus? Like, for real, like the band?"
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Like
Yeah, my
that's
Damn.
name
how
is clean lyrics. Literally starts off. It says, "Hi kids, do you like Primus? You want to watch me stick 9-inch nails to reach one of my eyelids?"
I live.
I mean, Primus and Eminem kind of have the same fan base.
Yeah. Like that's dude. That's how I felt. Like that's how I sort of got like that's how I thought he was. Like before, I didn't even know there was a dirty version, like the original version before. Like I
Really?
thought that's what he said. Yeah, I like that's how I grew up knowing it was like him saying like, "Hey kids, do you like Primus? Do you want to stick a 9-inch nail through each one of my eyelids?"
Yeah, it's because it's like reference to '90s bands and shit.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like, that's why I said, Eminem was probably going for the same fan base. I don't know a Primus fan that isn't an Eminem fan. Hey,
Yeah, like fucking yeah, like a great example on this. Like not to overshadow on it too much, but it was like got pissed off and ripped Pamela Lee's tits off and smacked her so hard I knocked her clothes backwards
goes
like
back to like
crisscross.
crisscross.
That's
I
the
smoke a
dirty
fat pound
version.
of
And then
grass.
the clean version is got ticked off and ripped Pamela Lee's lips off, kissed him and said, "I ain't no silicone was supposed to be this soft."
Okay, and I've heard
So
that.
yeah,
Like,
just like
I had to have heard that. I just never realized he was saying Primus at the beginning.
yeah, in the clean version he says Primus, and fucking in the dirty version he says, "Hi kids, do you like violence?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean, that's what I always. I mean, also listening to this album, a clean version of this album all the way through, it just doesn't make any sense.
no, no, it's Eminem.
Like,
You either listen to it dirty or you don't listen to it at all. Because
you
even
either go all
the
the way
clean
in,
version fucking cusses all the time. You talk about ripping Pam fucking Lee's tits off
lips
and
off.
shit. Like
Like, I mean, well, if you're ripping her tits off or ripping her lips off, I mean, bro, they're about
that's
doing the same
violence,
amount of
bro.
damage. It's violence, yeah. So, but you censored violence. Oh, okay, all right.
Also, shout out Lobby Cipher, who's one of my favorite singer songwriters of all time, for the do like the sample on
Yeah.
that, which is also used in Streets is Watching.
On
It's
God.
the same song, it's just a different part.
Yep. Yeah. My name is, man. I think it's, if that shit ain't diamond, it will be soon. Um. So on to track 3, which has maybe the most iconic rap music video of all time, next to another Eminem video, and then maybe it's in that conversation. Regardless, I would give it consideration for being my favorite music video of all time. You got "Guilty Conscience" featuring Dr. Dre and
Yeah.
uh, "Meet Eddie." Like, it sampled the America's Most Wanted from back in the day. I believe they actually got the dude for the video. I think they did. And it's basically talking with Eminem being the main characters going in to do first one. Fed up with life and the way things are going, he decides to rob a liquor store. All right, stop. Now, before you walk in the door of this liquor store and try to get money out the drawer, you better think of the consequence. So Dr. Dre's a good dude. Who are you? I'm your motherfucking conscience. That's nonsense. Bro. Borrow a damn dress and one of her prom wigs. Tell her you need a place to stay. You'll be safe for days if you shave your legs with grenades, razor blades. Like, bro, this was a lot of people's first introduction to Eminem, and I think it was actually either My Name Is or Guilty Conscience was my first introduction to Eminem, which it it started me on a road of becoming exactly what the Mothers Against Christianity, the Mothers Against Christianity, the Mothers Against violence and video games and shit. That's exactly what they wanted. Look at me, bro. I'm a whole ass rapper, white rapper. Dr. Dre's performance in this is iconic, and it's just one of those, like, if you haven't seen the music video to Guilty Conscience, which I'm assuming most people have, um, you should go and watch it because it's a classic, dude. It's one of those, even if you don't like rap, you know what this is, Um, and it's one of the weaker songs on the album, to be honest with you. Those two songs actually suck in the grand scheme of things. Brain Damage is track 4, and it's got one of my favorite beats. It's one of my favorite songs actually. And this actually starts off the great epic known as Eminem versus D'Angelo Bailey. Way before my baby daughter Haley, I was harassed daily by this fat kid named D'Angelo Bailey. All right, so D'Angelo Bailey ended up suing Eminem or Marshall as he didn't like how it was named. His just straight up his name was used. And if you listen to the song, like well, here, let's just use a quote from the man himself. Eminem has stated in an interview with Rolling Stone about D'Angelo Bailey. Motherfucker used to beat the shit out of me. I was in 4th grade and he was in 6th. Everything in this song is true. One day he came in the bathroom, comma, I was pissing, comma, and he beat the shit out of me, pissed all over myself. But that's not how I got really fucked up. D'Angelo Bailey ended up suing him later on in life. But I don't think they won, bro, because of the First Amendment, bro. We can do what the fuck we want, and you did that shit. Fuck D'Angelo Bailey. Going into Paul, and this is Paul calling and introducing himself to M. And Paul Rosenberg is Eminem's manager. In case y'all did not know, uh, you know, Paul's been through a lot of things with Eminem on albums and fiction and nonfiction, just in general. They've just been through a lot together. And got shouts out to Peter for leapfrogging his dad, not his dad, leapfrogging his brother to getting into Hot 97 and shit. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Shouts out to Benzino. Going into track 6, we got If I Had, which is it's in my top 5 for favorite songs on this album. Maybe my top 3. And it's the first time we ever see like the Eminem that we met on Infinite. And if you were one of the 1,000 people who knew what Infinite was when this album came out, then I imagine it was a great sense of relief because it does show a whole other side of Eminem that we would end up being hip to as the years would go on, in songs like Stan, and songs like Toy Soldiers, and songs like Mockingbird, and songs like When I'm Gone, and songs like let's give him something new, Darkness, about the guy about Stephen Paddock, the Vegas shooter. This was kind of the beginning of that, to me. I mean, this whole album this is my favorite Eminem album too, by the way. I don't know if I've mentioned that. A lot of people like Marshall Mathers LP. No, bro, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Some shit. This is it. But If I Had, my favorite bar from If I Had is if I had $1 million, I'd buy a damn brewery and turn the planet into alcoholics. Like, if I had one wish, I would ask for 1 million of ass for the whole world to kiss. Just legendary, man. Just legendary. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned, production on this album was handled by Dr. Dre, Eminem, the Bass Brothers, and DJ Head and DJ Rec. So these beats are also just so iconic. Almost all of these beats are just classics,
Oh yeah. Right.
Oh yeah.
So 97 Bonnie and Clyde, which is, damn, man, I just said the same thing about the last song. I'm gonna try to make this different. Well, all right, no, I got you. This is when Eminem really started on his whole storyline side quest of being just like a domestic abuser. Yeah, and a good dad. A domestic abuser and a good dad. Oh God.
That's right. Don't forget the good dad part.
You better not forget I'm a goddamn good dad.
It's like, oh, what's wrong with mommy? Oh, she just went 90.
Bro. Man, all right, hold on. Let's get on into this. 97 Bonnie and Clyde. This is about a song where Eminem is taking his infant daughter. She was like 3 years old at this time, after Infinite flopped, and they end up killing, his baby mama, Kim or whatever. I guess her name. I don't know, I think her name's Kim. You don't really talk about her much after this. This is about Eminem killing her and then taking
Okay.
Haley to go get rid of the body, and they're going to the it's it's very sing songy.
Just
Haley's
the
actually
two
featured
of
on it.
us.
Like
Just
Haley's
the
dead
two
ass
of us.
featured on it. Just the
Yeah.
two of us. Just the two of us, bro.
That shit cracks me up
When
because
I
she's
say
just like,
Haley,
oh no, like just doing
bro,
that throughout the
and
song.
that's really her, bro. And like that's really her.
Dude, that shit, dude,
Bro,
imagine being Kim. Like, honestly, like, I guess, like, whatever history they have with each other is the history they have, and I wasn't there for it, and you weren't there, and Harley wasn't there. Like, nobody
thank
was
God.
there except for them. Thank fuck, exactly. But at the end of the day, dude, like, imagine, just sit for a second, imagine being Kim, because I do remember there was, like, apparently a story come out, like, right when he got big, there was this concert they played,
That's
and
no,
he
no,
was like, I
that
brought
was after Marshall Mathers
my wife
LP.
Kim is here tonight, and he brought out, like, a blow up doll.
Yeah, no, that was after the Marshall Mathers LP, and we'll talk about that in next episode too. But I'll touch on it a little bit. No, because Kim is the most violent rap song, maybe one of the most violent songs I've ever heard written, besides Tool's song about the chocolate chip cookie recipe. Um, uh, like Kim, but no, he said that he knew she was coming to the show that night or whatever. It was on the Marshall Mathers LP tour. I don't think it was the Up in Smoke tour, but it was like the tour directly after Marshall Mathers LP.
Mm.
And like he knew she was coming to the concert, and he had told her like, okay, since you're coming or whatever, I won't play Kim. I feel you. Being respectful and shit. And he didn't do that at all, man. Like he came out with that blow up doll, and then he performed Kim, and apparently like I don't know all the details. I don't remember all the details to it, but you can look it up online. I think there's actually footage of it. But she went and she tried to kill herself, I believe, at that night. Yeah.
Jesus. Well,
Yeah.
can't say I blame her. Like,
No, I don't either. I mean, I don't either. It's Eminem, bro. You got to think like you got to think about the context. Even the song I was talking about, Bonnie and Clyde, 90 and 97. This is a song that Eminem dead ass wrote about. Killing the mother. Or, he has his daughter featured on it. It's the shock value, and it wasn't even shock value. I really think a lot of this shit, it was just organic, and it's just Slim Shady is just like it's something that Marshall came up with or Eminem came up with that it it wasn't really it was an act, but I mean he was such a good rapper and he needed something. It became something that I mean he just killed Slim Shady this year. I mean uh and this is real like Eminem's on drugs, like not really this one as much, but this is the beginning of a lot of shit, and it's the beginning of a whole era in rap, and the beginning of, besides the Beastie Boys, white rappers being a predominant thing and being it's crazy because I don't know if Eminem's the greatest rapper of all time. I don't think I don't really give him that stat. Um, but he's in that conversation, you know.
yeah.
And you can't never say Emin. You can never say Eminem's not in that conversation. It's he has to be discussed, and that's off of just the way he's able to rhyme, the intricate rhyme patterns, and the just a product. This is just a perfect storm. All right, now we're going into there's a role model. We're going into role model. I'm skipping the skit. Role model's got one of my favorite beats ever. Um, like, don't you want to grow up to be just like me? Like,
Fucking that shit
these are the
was
results
all. That
without
shit's
the
always been
results.
one of my favorite Eminem songs. Straight up.
Dude, role model is so fire. This whole album's fire, but like role model, man, it's so damn good. It's um, they had to make a very very heavily edited radio version, which shouts out to the folks that were trying to make these into radio songs. That had to have been creative.
Yeah.
Um, and shouts out to fucking Lyrical Lemonade for sampling this song on Doomsday and Doomsday Part Two. For oh no, for Doomsday, yeah, well, yeah, Doomsday and Doomsday Part Two because Eminem did Doomsday Part Two. Um, but shouts out to Juice World and fucking Corday for and Eminem and Cole Bennett and all them folks for sampling it and keeping that shit alive. That's dope. That's what it's all about. Um, there's another skit after this, and honestly, I don't even remember it. It's called Lounge. I think it just sets up, uh, track 11, which is one of my favorite Eminem songs of all time. My fault. So, I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. I never meant to bring you to my world. And like, basically, it's about like Eminem going to a party and shit, and then he meets this. I met a new age, but I'll meet a new age rave blonde. Go to go to a rave. Anyways, long story short, he gives her these mushrooms, and they're bad. It's bad shit, and she ends up dying. And it's about that. That's what the song's about, and that's one of my favorites. King Kniff is. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but I mean, it's pretty disturbing.
It's King Kniff.
Yeah, man, that's not kidding. Like that's definitely not Kenny, bro.
That's definitely not Kenny.
Like I don't know, that's not my people's. Now coming up to the only weak spot on the album, honestly. This is one of the main reasons when I was thinking about giving it to Project Pat. Oh yeah, Project Pat almost got this spot. I mean, if I get, I don't. I almost flipped a coin. Harley gave a very gave a very convincing speech. Um,
I
but
couldn't remember.
track 14 is my favorite Eminem song of all time. Rock Bottom.
Oh my God, mine too, brother. God damn.
Bro, fucking Rock
What a
Bottom is
fucking
different from
song.
anything else in this album.
Dude. Rockbot, like I love this album. It's obviously iconic. It's a fucking banger, top to bottom. But Rock Bottom,
That's
fuck,
rock
dude. Like,
bottom. When this life makes you mad enough to kill, that's rock bottom. When you want something bad enough to steal, that's rock bottom. When you feel like you've had it up to here because you mad enough to scream, but you sad enough to tear. My life
Rock
is full of
Bottom.
empty promises and broken dreams. uh,
What a banger.
there's people that love me and people that hate me, but it's the evil that made me this backstab and deceitful and shady. Like just the flow. It's my
Everything
cousin showed
about
me
it.
this song.
Everything about it is fucking awesome. Like,
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's a perfect rap song. It's perfect hip hop. It's just I don't really know what else to say other than the fact that I don't know. I can quote the whole song because Eminem says it, and it's just a very it's a snapshot of how he felt. Like right, if you Infinite, if you follow the full Eminem extended universe or whatever, or the Eminem cinematic universe looking ass, uh, you'll see that oh, this is a snapshot of how his life was after Infinite, after it flopped and he tried to kill himself, and like just at the bottom of the bottom, like rock bottom.
yep.
And then we go into 15, which is the exact opposite type vibe. Just don't give a fuck. Um, featuring production by Denine Porter.
Featuring lyrics by Trevor C. Bailey.
Oh
Ooh.
God, damn, you're a 3 writing this shit.
You want him? Can let me tell you a fun story about this.
No, I got this shit. So, fun story about just don't give a fuck. Pretty much right when because Kenny, I don't think I've ever told you this shit, and I think I've made up for myself with actually like writing my own shit. But like, pretty much right when I moved to Fulton, and this like nobody else knows this either. Right when I right when I moved to Fulton, dude, like there was this group of kids over there, and like they wound up like inviting me over to the table. I didn't have any friends at the point, and they were like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Yeah, my name's Trevor Bailey," and he was like, "Trevor Bailey, we're gonna call you T Booty," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but here we are." And then that next day came, and it was like, "Man, you T Booty now." You gotta rap, and I was like, dude, I can't rap. So I like went home, and I was like, all right, how do I do this? I wrote like one line. It was the worst thing I've ever written. And I was like, I got an idea. So I just started listening to like fucking deep cut Eminem tracks and just writing them down and just be like, yeah, I wrote this.
There you go. Hey, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro.
And
And
fucking
now look
just
at
don't
you,
give a
dog,
fuck. And just don't
dude.
give a fuck. Yeah, no, I've definitely made up for it. But like, no, that was how I got into like actually writing my own raps. And it's embarrassing as fuck to talk about, but like at the same time, that shit is like looking back, that shit's funny as fuck. Because
Iconic.
like I remember Harley was the first one that called me out on it because he had just heard "Don't Give a Fuck" and he's like the fucking cursing at you players more than Marty Schottenheimer, and he's like, "You didn't actually write that, did you?" I was like, "No."
Now,
Like,
Trevor did it,
like
and like everybody's like, "Oh my God, this shit's
I
banging."
could
But then,
always I
like,
could always flow really really well. I've always had good flow, but like as far as like writing my shit at first, no, like no, not at all.
nah,
So
then
so you're gonna take it from Grandpa, bro. It makes sense.
Yeah, so like I heard it. I heard like Trevor was going on, and then I heard that like I ended up hearing the song a little bit later. And I was like, and then I called, and then that's when I called him. I was like, "That's an Eminem." I was like, I told him I was like, I think Eminem stole from you, and he's like, "God damn it, God damn
That
God
wasn't
it."
even
damn
the
it.
only Eminem song, dude. It's just like the ones that I knew people hadn't heard. So I was like, yeah,
When
fucking,
see me on your
yeah,
block,
this is
what
my
you
song
call
called Infinite. You heard a hell of a lot
that?
of Symphony.
Imitator
So,
and simulator. Like what?
no, fucking,
Uh,
yeah. So fucking, like all the people from Fulton listening, yeah, the Legend of T Booty is an absolute fucking lie. And Sympho is the actual Trevor rapper.
I mean, bro, we're gonna have to. I don't know, man. We're gonna have to do a deep dive on this. I gotta see the other perspectives. All right, Harley, we're gonna do an alternate episode about the deep dive into the myth that is Eminem slash T Booty slash Sympho. So going on to that, I'm gonna skip the skit because honestly, I've always skipped the skits on this album because I just
Oh,
have.
dude, this is probably my second favorite song on here.
Uh, I, it's in my it's in the top five. It's in the top five. I think Rock Bottom is my number one, but the rest of them,
Oh, Rock
fuck
Bottom's number one for sure.
yeah. So yeah, I feel
I'd
the
have to
same. As
agree
the
with
world
y'all. Rock
turns,
Bottom is goddamn beautiful.
Yeah, but
it's
as the world turns, shit.
I hang with a bunch of hippies and wacky tobacco planters who swallow lit roaches and light up like jack-o'-lanterns. Out, like outsiders, baby, and we suing the courts. Like, just fucking some of the best quotables by Eminem ever. You know, hypochondriac hanging out the laundromat, like. That and like this might seem like to the folks that don't know what the fuck they talking about and shit out there in the world. They're like, oh yeah, okay, it's just some of that lyrical miracle bullshit. I'm like, bro, you don't understand. This man invented a lot of this shit. Um, like this man and well, not alone with Dr. Dre. With Dr. Dre's help, they invented some shit. And then they made 2001 at the same time. So these two albums were being made at the same time. You have to think about that fucking little caveat. So two of the greatest hip hop albums ever made were being made in the same studios. I think that's just neat. And there's only two rap features on this. Um, and one was Dr. Dre, and I'll get to the other one in a second because it's the best one. So track 18, I'm Shady. Um, it's another fucking banger, and it just exemplifies exactly what Eminem, what the fuck is going on, like who the fuck he is. He talks about drugs he doesn't do. He said, I do pop pills, I do shrooms, I do smoke weed, I don't do crack, I don't do. He explains his entire shit. So if you ever, even back in the 90s when everybody was, my cousin and shit, he bought this album on CD and got it taken by his mom like 3 different times. Like this shit was real out here.
Jesus.
um People hated Eminem. They still do, or, well, I don't know. Yeah, they still do because I slick hate Eminem these days. um uh but I don't hate Eminem, my bad. How could I hate somebody I'm giving this big of a fucking monologue to? But yeah, so I'm Shady. That explains exactly what he is, what he does, what he's for, that type shit. Now we're going on to Bad Meets Evil, track 19, featuring the only other rap feature on this album, Royce the 5'9". And this is probably it's my second favorite song on the album, I think. Uh it starts out with the old West, like type of vibe and shit, and like um it's just very, very good. And then the cool part about Bad Meets Evil is like they finish it off by like, see you in hell for the sequel. Well, the sequel ended up happening 12 years later, 12 full years later, when Eminem and Royce had both they'd had beef, they'd been at odds for a while, and they ended up linking up and redoing doing Hell the sequel, which was an album, a full length album. Um that was released in 2011 that was very good, but I'll talk about that in 2011. Um It's good. I think, like I said, I think it's my second favorite. Uh, Hold on, like, hi, I'm the guy that burned your house down. Well, I'm out now, and this time I'm coming back to blow your house up, and I ain't gonna leave you with a window to jump out of. Like, no, who done hard? Now I done heard worse. We can get in two cars and accelerate at each other to see which one will swerve first. Like, this shit's just hard, man. And then we go to the last track to wrap out this opus or wrap up this opus. We got Still Don't Give a Fuck, man. I'm zoning off of one joint, stopping the limo, shopping the demo, robbing a venue with gunpoint. I don't think that's what he said. Man said I can't rap anymore. I just murdered the alphabet. Like, fucking Slim Shady, dog. This is the only pure Slim Shady album that you're ever gonna get. I don't care how many times he brings him back and kills him. It won't happen. Like, this is it. You know, this is quintessential hip hop. This is the top 5 hip hop album of all time in anybody's book. If not top 5, top 10, but they tripping because I know these folks got Jay-Z in their shit and um. So yeah, I give this a fucking 15 out of 10, dude. I think this Slim Shady LP. It's thank you Eminem, thank you Kim, thank you everybody.
Yep. One of the most iconic rap albums. I mean, I'm the same. I mean, dude, you can't deny. I don't know. Like, you can't deny the excellence that pours out of this album. Like, I just, fuck,
Like,
I mean, I really do. Like, this might be the first. I think this is going to be the first album on this podcast that gets a solid 10 out of 10 from all of us. Like,
possibly. Come on, everybody is the only blemish on the and then the
yeah,
skits. Some of the skits are uncomfortable, but they still fit.
yeah, I mean, they fit, but like, they're skits, so you can just kind of go over it. I mean, it's whatever.
Right. So the
Like, I
only
don't
weak
really like.
spots.
I look at skits like I don't think they have. I don't look at them if they're bad or good either way. I don't look at them as like spots that affect
Yeah,
an album. You
yeah,
know
it's
what I
not gonna
mean?
make or break an album for me.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, like come on, everybody, like that might be. I'm with like it might. That's probably the weakest link, but I mean, in
everything
comparison,
else is so good.
in comparison, if it was on a different album, like anybody else's album, it would be like one of the best songs on that album.
Yeah,
Or like at least to like mid to high range. So like that just shows you how good this album really was. It
it
really
also
is.
introduced us to Dina Ray, who would end up being the hook on Superman, not instead of Mariah Carey.
Yep.
So
Peace.
yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. It's yeah. And I could probably give a whole. It's like just like it was written. I was listening to It Was Written review the other night, and I was like, damn, I should have done this and that and this. But I mean, it's a classic, man, and I think it's an undeniable rap hip hop classic and
Oh
the
yeah.
sign of a new era.
Absolutely. I personally have to give it a 9.5 out of 10, if
God,
not a
Ah,
10 out of 10.
ah,
Like,
you done wrecked our goddamn shit.
bro.
no, I'm joking. It's a 10 out of 10. Like,
Dude, it's
jokes aside, no, like, this is undeniably like one of the 10 out of 10 albums in hip hop history. Like, top to bottom, I'd say my favorite song is probably Rock Bottom,
hell
followed
yeah.
closely by Role Models, just because of the beat itself is just one of the most insane instrumentals in hip hop history. Eminem floats on that motherfucker like a goddamn kayak. Like, this, it's just beautifully done throughout. And I have to reiterate what Kenny said. This is like the one true Slim Shady album, and he just kills it all the way throughout.
Yeah, I just don't give a fuck. I can't rap no
Yep.
more. I just murdered the alphabet.
Just don't give a fuck. If it wasn't for that, Sympho wouldn't have a rap career. So here we are.
Oh god. Oh god, bro, the man created me. But no, I mean, like for real, Eminem he's the source code, man. He's not my favorite rapper. My favorite rapper is Nas, but I mean, I don't exist without Eminem. That's just facts.
Eminem was the second rapper I ever heard in my life, followed by Missy Elliott. So shout out my sister Nikki for showing me Missy Elliott. Fun fact: first time I heard Missy Elliott, it was like, yeah, this is rap. And Nikki was telling me, he's like, yeah, this is hip hop, this is rap, you know. And I was like, okay, that's cool. So then she showed, and I was like, so like, what's she about? And he's like, oh yeah, she's a black woman. I was like, oh okay. And then she showed me Eminem, and as high pitched as his voice was, I was like, oh well, this must be a black woman. So imagine my surprise when I see Eminem just like this like dyed blonde haired like kid from fucking like take your pick between Detroit and fucking Trailer Park, Missouri. Like definitely Detroit, but absolute banger of an album all the way through. And yeah, Harley, you got anything to add?
No, it's just funny that we all had the same favorite song on there.
I
Well,
figured
yeah,
bro,
rock.
they might think alike.
I mean,
Yeah,
it truly is. Like it's
I
kind
shall
of
figure out.
ironic. Like this is the first album that is a straight pick for all of us. And
That's
the
crazy.
like our favorite song, like all of our favorite songs, it's the same. Like
I mean that must mean it's undeniable because with all three of our different backgrounds in music, we all still came to the same conclusion about the same album.
yep. Like, but
Like,
that's how good it is. Like it's
like
not
it's
up
that
for debate.
motherfucker. This album is that motherfucker. You can't find nobody that likes rap. Like even if you find like a new age kid that likes like whatever the fuck uh if you play this to them and they're answering honestly, they're like, damn, this shit's hard.
yeah.
Um,
It just
and like
truth.
the same, I don't know if the same can be said for any other Eminem album. I mean, because Marshall Mathers LP, it's pretty close to perfect. It probably, we'll get to that next episode, but I don't really like the Eminem show anymore. It hasn't aged that well to me.
It hasn't.
And then something
Especially
can be
for
said
tempo
about,
that it hasn't.
yeah, I mean, and something can be said about damn near all of Eminem's other albums. Really, all of his other albums. Something, a glaring problem can be said.
Yeah.
This is the only one where I can't really find one.
Yep.
Pretty much everything after Recovery, the glaring problem is that it fucking sucks.
Yeah, no, bro. Eminem, hey, bro, hey, bud, Eminem, we love you, man, but like, you need to stop. Make you like an alter
Agreed.
ego, man. Do you a Victor Vaughn or something, and don't tell anybody that it's you, and like start rapping like that.
Do something.
Yeah, like just flip the letters in your name and go, well, fuck, you still be Marshall Mathers.
Fuck. Start going as Matthew, bro. Like, bro, start going as Matthew. He could start performing as Matthew.
No, just start going by Bruce Mathers.
Bruce,
Fuck
yeah,
it.
yeah, M3 looking ass,
MC Bruce, fuck it.
MC Bruce, man. But
But
yeah, no, yeah, the JID feature can't save you, Eminem. We
No.
well, I guess we.
JID made fucking like Imagine Dragons sound good for one song. If he can't make you sound good, you're cooked. I don't really
Yep.
have anything else to
right.
add on that.
So we can do. So I guess we can give like our honorable mentions of this year. I mean,
Yeah, you
really, I
Talk
start
about
don't
off.
Brittany.
really know. I didn't do a deep dive on like honorable mentions besides, um, maybe I guess the one Kenny took off was the Most Def. That was a really good album.
Mathematics.
Mathematic. Oh yeah, can't forget Nostradamus.
Fuck yeah.
Um,
My favorite Nas album title, or one of my favorite Nas album titles, and the only time it didn't really live up to the title.
oh yeah, no, like without a doubt. But shout out. I mean, shout out Britney Spears, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Like that shit,
Okay.
dude.
And the
That
and the
album.
extended lore of Limp Bizkit in 1999 and shit, bro. These folks were all together at one point, man. If you listen to my uh Eminem and shit talk about it, he wants to sit next to Carson Daly and Fred Durst,
Yeah.
and you know,
So I guess I have to shout out my 16-year-old self, my teenage harlot. He'd be upset if I didn't say, shout out Californication by the Chili Peppers.
oh, did it drop this year?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
Fuck.
not real like people can say what they want about the Chili Peppers and I do have my feelings about them now, but I do have and I burnt myself out on them. Like Trevor knows, I literally listened to him like nonstop for like two and a
It
half
was
years.
it was daily pretty much from the time I met you up until we were like 19.
No, it
Damn,
wasn't that long. It was like 16, 7,
Okay.
getting close to 17.
man, I
Really,
love Red Hot
really,
Chili
you
Peppers.
know what? Honestly, what saved me from like I was going through listening to him. I was like, damn, like that's a lot. And I just like I was listening to him and it was cool. And then all of a sudden I heard Chief Keef and I was like, damn, I think I got to do something else with this line. Like I heard
Man said he
like
heard Chief Keef and was like,
bro, like Chief Keef dropped that. Oh, I swear to God, dude, when that shit dropped, like that and Two Chainz, you can ask Trevor. Like I played Chief Keef. I gosh damn it, what's the name of the fucking album in
Uh,
2012?
you
Fucking
talking about Finally Rich, bro?
yeah, Finally Rich. Yeah, the first his
Go
debut,
on,
like
hey, man, oh,
dude. like Finally Rich, I listened to it non-stop. Like,
I was not expecting to hear that. That's
oh yeah, dude, I swear to God, like that's what it like the Chili Peppers. I was like, okay, I'm just like, listening to them. Like, I gotta get out of this.
yeah. I went from Red Hot Chili Peppers to Love Sosa, and just like that.
Oh man, I heard Love Sosa the first time. I was like, what the fuck? Like it changed,
Love
and then I heard,
Sosa.
of course, and then I heard the next single I don't like, and then Hate Being Sober, and like just the whole album, like Hallelujah, No Tomorrow, KK. Like I will pick this up when we get to 2012. This is definitely on my list because I love like this album is a fucking banger.
Stay tuned for that Kendrick Lamar versus Chief Keef album debate.
No, there ain't no debate, brother. No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
there's a debate.
No, because 2 Chainz,
2 Chainz
like,
dropped that. Hold on.
like, dude, 2 Chainz dropped, bro. He dropped the most iconic based on a true story. That's the best rap album of all time, and I hope you goddamn know that. That's the best.
Trevor, bro. Trevor. What
Look, I don't know what to tell you. Once he has an opinion, good luck changing it.
Hey, bro, let
fuck.
me tell you something.
I mean, it is pretty hard, bro. I mean, it is pretty hard. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll tell you this: the fucking one line that does it is like, "My name is Titty, Titty
Hey,
Boy."
boy.
It's Titty Boy, Wood Grain Chestnut, Titty Fuck Chestnut. Fuck you. That's the best goddamn bar I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, fuck you mean, Nas.
Bro, like, get that shit out. Like, no, I really did. Like,
I
this
call her
was,
big booty because she has a big booty.
hey,
Call
I
her
don't
big
care.
booty
Like,
because she
I
got
know
a
it's
big
funny.
booty.
I know it sounds funny, but I do have to say, like, I really, truly do love that based on a true story. I was on
Oh, yeah,
2
that's a good ass album.
bro. Like it hit like that, and Chief Keef, Finally Sober, and fucking Good Kid, Mad City, like all dropping the same in 2012. That's fucking crazy, bro.
2013 was debatably even better.
Oh no, I mean hell, 22. Like you even had Trinidad James.
Go,
Gold all of
gold
my
all on my
watch.
watch. Redacted, redacted,
Gold.
redacted, redacted, redacted.
Now I'm about to say it. Gold all of my chain.
No, don't just no,
Yep. Oh, hell yeah,
no.
this been episode 27 of Ario.
Oh God, no! I'm out. This bitch.
All these liberals want
Project
to
Pat's the
cancel me.
greatest rapper ever.
It's all these liberals want to cancel me. I can't even say an N word anymore.
Gosh, yeah, can't even slur nobody no more.
Thanks, Vanilla Ice. You ruined it for all of us.
It's
He
You
never
really
said
did.
it, but his presence alone.
Yeah, no,
fucking
I mean Vanilla Ice. Yeah, see, Eminem's the first white rapper ever, bro. I mean, I don't care, but BC Boys,
yeah.
uh, but fucking
Shout out,
he made it cool.
shout out NSYNC,
Shout
99.
out Insane. Oh
Uh,
God,
actually, there was actually, oh yeah, I got to shout out George Strait album, Always Never the Same. Brother, fucking, that song, that's a banging ass. It really took a lot for me not to put that on there, but I just feel like I do. Like I've said before, the George Strait, I feel like people might think it's a cop out pick for me. So I'm just like, I got to do, I just felt like changing, not putting them on there, but it's fucking awesome.
I want to give a shout out to DMX, who after his '98 year, followed that up with fucking another album, and then there was X, which is still pretty damn good.
Oh yeah.
It's got Party Up in Here, y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here.
Up in here.
Yeah, so fuck yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about.
Blink 182, Enema of the State.
Damn, Blink
I was
182.
Iconic album.
What a
I would
year.
say
Holy shit. I mean, hell, you got Battle of Los Angeles, Rage Against the Machine. Don't
that was
forget,
that's a dope ass album, but in my opinion, that's their weakest release,
it is.
respectfully.
Don't forget, Santana Supernatural. That I
Oh,
mean,
dude.
it did have. I'm
Fuck
not a
yeah.
Santana fan, but it did have. I mean, it did have.
That was one of the biggest albums of 1999, and 1999 was an insane year for
Yeah,
music.
like it had
Yeah.
Smooth featuring Rob Thomas. Like, it had.
Yeah.
Just
Is
so
that
many classics, man.
that's the one that had Michelle Branch on it too, right? Like the Game of Love. One that on the same
Mm-hmm.
album. I'm pretty sure it was. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, that shit was bumping
Yeah,
too.
that's just bumping. Yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of albums that dropped, man. Like Destiny
I
Child,
like.
Writing on the Wall.
I got
Destiny's Child.
three. Personally, I got three shout outs and then like an album that I was so torn on that y'all are going to think I'm kidding up until I actually say the name of it. But I got three albums here that I'm not really that torn on mentioning in my honorable mentions, but I didn't really have a problem leaving them off my top five. And that is Internal Affairs from Pharaoh Monch, which is the solo debut of the Organized Confusion member himself. And obviously, it's known for the bump, 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 bump. Get the fuck up. Simon Says, "Get the fuck up!" Like what? Like when you're like sampling goddamn Godzilla on a rap beat, like you won me over.
Yeah,
Right after that, we got to give a
yes.
shout out to fucking Issues by Korn, which is one of my
Oh,
favorite Korn albums.
big banger.
Has Falling Away from Me, which is the one of the saddest goddamn songs they ever put out. It's
Hey,
amazing. Ah,
go on. Fuck it. I'll tell you in a second.
all right, and then right after that, you had Slipknot's debut album. So I may have lied to you earlier. I thought it came out in '98, but no, it did come out in '99. So we got to shout out Slipknot's debut album.
Shout out to Slipknot.
Before and right after that, I was really torn on actually adding this onto my top five. The fucking soundtrack to Tarzan.
Oh fuck.
Ooh,
And you think I'm playing
ooh.
up until you
Nah,
realize it's like fucking Two Worlds, You'll Be in My Heart, Son of Man, Strangers Like Me. Dude, like
you.
it was funny. I can only imagine like Disney Studios was like, all right, Phil Collins, we don't really need you to go over the top. We just need some good movies. We're having a family movie, and
That's some
I
basic kid
feel like
music.
yeah, just some kid music. So yeah, he just started doing as much cocaine as humanly possible, and then out came fucking Two Worlds, and it's like every single time I watch Tarzan to this goddamn day, I cry at the end of it because of Phil
Ooh,
Collins going the fuck off. And I don't, I'm not ashamed to admit that it is one of the best soundtracks to a movie ever made. Is one of the
Ever.
best soundtrack. It's probably the best soundtrack to an animated movie ever,
I'd
like
say it's the
bar
best movie
none.
soundtrack of all time, man.
It might be, especially in the Disney catalog. Shit,
Oh
like it's
yeah, no
hard to
shit
beat,
on
man.
everything Disney, bro. It almost redeems Disney's irredeemable acts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, almost.
Yeah, almost. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
shout
That,
out Phil
that,
Collins because, in my opinion, outside of his shit he did with Genesis, this is the best work he ever did. Was the Tarzan soundtrack, and
it
it was
really
only
is.
like it was like you know there's a bunch of songs on the album, but it's like a bunch of songs that are like like the instrumental versions of them, and then there's like the actual like what he was writing and performing over it, and it's pop rock, musical theater, whatever you want to call it. Like it is just
Oh,
absolutely
man, bro.
beautifully made.
Yeah.
Just good God, what an album! If you haven't heard it, don't even trip. Like I mean, this soundtrack for an animated movie had sold 2.5 million. It's already double platinum. It's a
You'll be
soundtrack to a Disney
in
movie.
my heart.
And like that. I mean, you got that. I mean, I got to shout out. There's two more albums, Trevor, and the last one we're all gonna sing along to the big hit. But I gotta shout out the Chicks with Fly. They put their second album, Fly, out. Um,
Yeah.
you had Goodbye Earl on there. Was
Na,
with
Goodbye,
na,
Earl.
na, na, na,
Ready to
na.
Run. And now one of my favorites of that, If I Fall, You're Going Down With Me. Don't Waste Your Heart. Like, dude, there's some bangers on that shit. Of course, everybody knows the biggest song. Probably the most popular song is on there. And Cowboy, take me away. Take me
Uh,
out of this place away. Bro, that shit fucking bangs. But
hell
the
yeah.
last album we got a shout out in 1999 is I mean, I don't know how you go about it, bro. Like somebody once told me
Once
the
told me
The
world was
the
world is
world
gonna
was
gonna
roll me.
gonna
roll.
roll me.
I'm not the
The
sharpest tool
toughest
in the
tool in the
shed.
shed.
I've
R.I.P. that
been
guy.
looking kind of dumb
I'm
with
done
a
with a
finger and a
finger and a
thumb
thumb in the shape
shape
of an
of an
L
L
on her
on her forehead.
forehead. Boom, boom,
Well,
boom, boom.
I'm
Yeah,
running and you
start
don't
coming and
stop
they don't
running.
start coming. Back to the rules and I hit the ground running. Yeah.
Dude, that shit
Uh,
fucking all star. Like the Astro Lounge came out that year. Like what a fucking
what a
bro.
fucking year, dog. Like, I mean, because I still have two. Uh, Back that ass up by fucking Lil Wayne and Juvenile and all
Oh
them
my
came out,
god,
bro.
you're
Like,
a fine motherfucker. Let me back that ass up.
yeah.
This
The,
motherfucker. Hey,
the Block
I
is
gotta
Hot
know.
released in 1999, bro. Lil Wayne came into the world. Like, he was
I gotta.
born, bro.
I gotta know when we get to that good shit, brother.
Yeah, bro, we got a lot of good shit to look forward to. But yeah, and then I had one more. Jay Z didn't really. Oh no, Jay Z did drop something this year.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah, I wouldn't have known.
I was about to say he dropped fucking
uh, Volume 3 had to
yeah,
have been.
yeah. But
Yeah.
like Juvenile bro, like back that ass up, badass single, like but to me you always have to like want to get to 2006. I mean 2003. Bro, that's one of my favorite song of his. Like as far as the hits go is damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like it like that. She's working
I'm
that
working
ass.
that
I don't
back. I
know
don't
how
know
to
how
act slow
to act
motion
slow
for you.
motion from
Slow
the
motion for you. Slow motion for you. Oh,
bro.
I don't know. That shit's
Yeah, man.
man, that shit
So
bangs.
I just got one more, and then I'm out this joint because I mean I didn't mention them on the 1994 episode. I think it was 1994 episode. Man, no Scrubs dropped this year, y'all.
A
What a
scrub is a guy who thinks he's fly, but in fact is a buster.
I don't want no Scrubs. It was the final album that was released with Left Eye still with us, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And it's a fucking dude. No Scrubs is if you don't like No Scrubs, I don't know what to tell you. Have you ever seen
you're a, you're a scrub.
yeah, that's how you know science. You might be a scrub.
If you
But
take
yeah,
this song a little to heart, I got bad news for you.
yeah. If this is a big deal to you, then I got some news. Uh, but yeah, man. So what a year in fucking music, bro. Shouts out to Eminem. Shouts out to
Brittany.
again Primus. Shouts out to Tim McGraw, Shakur. Shouts out Dr. Dre. Shouts out to fucking Nas. Everybody was there, bro. You know when Nas is fourth on the list. Shout out to Project motherfucking Pat. Damn, fucking up.
Yeah,
Like,
Project Pat like completely reinventing the game of rap.
bro, he almost got my number one. And like what you said, Harley, like you have no idea the internal debate that's been going on in my brain about this.
It's
But
hard.
I almost gave Project Pat number one, and he probably does deserve it.
I mean, like you can make every argument. It's not
Yeah,
even
I
no, you
hard.
really
wouldn't have
can.
disagreed if you said Project Pat is number one because that is definitely an influential album. But man, there's something about that Eminem from
Just that Slim Shady
'99, man.
LP. I mean, honestly, just that Slim Shady LP, that album in particular. Um, but yeah,
It's that shit.
all right, gentlemen, I've got to go eat some dinner.
Sounds good.
This has been an epic odyssey into music. 5 hours,
Absolutely.
fucking did the damn
Pretty
thing.
much, sir.
Yeah, know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You don't know what it
But
is, then you're gonna know.
this has been part 1, 2, and 3 of Our Yard Podcast, episode 27. I have been Swaggy T. Harley has been Hogmaster. Kenny has been that. And we're going to go straight into the outro. And we're going to do it like this.
Love you guys. We're going home.
Uh,
We can keep that one, right? Ready? 1,